My colleague Peter will introduce this bioaugmentation process trial, and it's set out to attain 100% on-site water recycling using an extensive biological treatment process, a lagoon, for industrial water reuse.
Thank you, Joe. I would like to introduce a recently completed trial by EnBiorganic, demonstrating their technology on a mechanical pulping facility in Canada. The facility was already treating and recycling their effluent, but they were looking to improve the quality of their recycled water. EnBiorganic was able to demonstrate that their system is capable of doing this during a 6-month trial, and the client has now signed off on a service agreement for the continuous use of the system. Now let's learn more about the technology and the trial from Anson Liskey over at EnBiorganic.
We have developed a microbial generator and dispensing unit called the EBS-DI. It is able to, on-site, grow microbiology and dispense the same microbiology in an automated process. This process is also remote controlled and remote monitored. It's an IoT system. Essentially how it works is all we need to do is use a little bit of wastewater or surface water as a food source to grow our microbes. And we essentially have a proprietary process that repeats over and over and over inside the machine. And we're able to put on the top end up to 40,000 liters of active state microbiology every single day. And we had that opportunity come up with Meadow Lake Mechanical Pulp, their paper excellence mill up in Saskatchewan, Canada. They wanted to see improvements on their water clarity, had a bit of a green hue to their wastewater, and see improvements on the odors. They also wanted to see improvements on their COD, which we used as the sort of chief quantitative metric to follow. So the trial was about 6 months long, and we wanted to see at least a 30% reduction in COD and improvements to the water clarity, so get rid of that green hue, and then also improve the odors. And we were ppm to improve that COD over and above the 30% that was set. We took them from about 800 ppm COD on average to somewhere in the high 300s.
We're in Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan at the pulp mill, and we're taking a look at the installation of the 2 EBS-DI units that were installed to treat their recycled water for their process plant. There's a distinct difference in the odor of the ponds. So it's improved significantly, and the color of the wastewater, the water that's being treated, is very different. It would have been a definitive hue of green earlier in the process, and now we're looking at a water stream coming back into the ponds that is entirely different.
So prior to starting this project, the mill effluent water coming back into the mill was very green and very high in COD. Basically, the COD was up over 14 to 1800, coming in at about 25. Right now, after the treatment, it's coming in at about 1400, being treated, and leaving at about 400. The trial program, the supplier came on site, took care of everything, supplied a building, supplied the units, did all the piping, and have looked after it ever since. Prior to this, we were trying to figure out, how many bugs we had, what the nutrient doses we needed, what ad rates. So from us operationally, it's much better, and it's saving us money simply in nutrients and additional bacteria.
Thank you, Peter, and massive thanks as well, not only to EnBiorganic, but to Meadow Lake Mechanical Pulp and their owners, Paper Excellence, for their willingness to come onto the Water Action platform with the message, we tried it, we liked it, we bought it. Who would blame them with results like these? The trial demonstrated that the lagoon water could be treated to lower the chemical oxygen demand to acceptable standards and to eliminate the green colour, 2 characteristics that had been preventing Paper Excellence from reusing their water. Nobody wants all their paper to be tinted green. But one nice, neat containerised unit later, and they're back to zero liquid discharge again.